Sowore alarms Nigeria over imminent death or life sentence for IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu in predetermined trial. In a chilling expose that has sent shockwaves through Nigeria's political and activist circles, human rights advocate and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore has issued a stark warning. The Tinubu administration has secretly plotted to either execute or indefinitely imprison indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, leader Nnamdi Kanu, with a verdict expected as early as this month. Sowore, known for his relentless campaigns against government overreach, detailed the alleged conspiracy in a public statement today, accusing high-level officials of orchestrating Kanu's fate long before his ongoing trial in Abuja's Federal High Court. For the avoidance of doubt and to alert the public, it has become clear that a secret decision has long been reached within the Tinubu regime regarding the fate of Nnamdi Kanu, Sowore wrote. He claimed the plan involves a high-level political conspiracy to impose either a death sentence or life imprisonment, masquerading as a legitimate judicial process. Sowore predicts that Justice Omotosho will rule that Kanu's refusal to present a defense constitutes an admission of guilt, paving the way for a preordained conviction. This outcome, predetermined far in advance, is now being dressed up in the guise of judicial procedure, he asserted. The timing adds a layer of ominous symbolism. Sowore draws a direct parallel to November 1995, when military dictator General Sani Abacha's tribunal condemned environmental activist Ken Saro-Wiwa and 8 fellow Ogoni leaders to death for their non-violent protests against oil exploitation in the Niger Delta. Those hangings, carried out on November 10, 1995, drew global condemnation and sanctions against Nigeria. Today, 3 decades later, Nigeria appears to be standing at the same moral crossroads, Sowore lamented. Only the year has changed. This is 2025, not 1995, but the machinery of repression grinds on. Kanu's trial, which resumed sporadically after the Supreme Court's 2022 ruling quashed his initial detention on grounds of unlawful rendition from Kenya, has been mired in controversy. IPOB accuses the government of suppressing Biafra self-determination demands in southeastern Nigeria. Supporters view Kanu's case as emblematic of broader ethnic tensions and state-sponsored persecution, while critics argue his group's activities have fueled insecurity. Sowore's alert has ignited immediate backlash and calls for action. Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, which have long monitored the case, reiterated demands for Kanu's unconditional release, labeling the trial a sham. On social media, Free Nnamdi Kanu trended rapidly, with activists vowing protests in major cities. The trial of Nnamdi Kanu has ceased to be about justice. It is now a test of conscience for the Nigerian state and its citizens alike, Sowore concluded, urging global intervention to avert a repeat of Abacha's dark legacy. However, with a ruling potentially days away, Nigeria braces for unrest that could echo the nationwide upheaval following Saro-Wiwa's execution. This developing story underscores deepening fractures in Africa's most populous nation, where demands for accountability clash with entrenched power structures. Stay tuned for updates as the world watches.